morning, or depending when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told, out of Voice of Radio, and today I am bringing you pretty gosh darned, well, it's weird news, and I'll be honest, for a bunch of people, this is not going to be great news. But a lovely anonymous source has basically informed me that shops have been informed or are starting to be informed that staff promo cards are done. There will be no more staff promo cards. They have been discontinued and they will not be sent out starting from the next set. What that means is that the staff promos we just got in Vivid Voltage will be the last staff promos ever. Now, there is, of course, a chance that staff promos are brought up again in the future. There is a chance that they do come back. But as it stands at the moment, staff promo cards are gone. They are done. They are not coming back. And now, a lot of this is going to be speculation, as is the nature of the beast at this stage. Obviously, a long-winded explanation is not forthcoming. Why would they? Quite frankly. Why would anyone at this stage give a long-winded explanation? That doesn't really make much sense. That's not what companies do. But we can speculate as to why this has happened, and we can talk about what this means moving forward. And like I say, for some people, this is going to be bad news. Because, of course, staff promo cards are given out to tournament organisers and judges, essentially as a thank you for running the tournaments. So everybody gets the regular version of the promo, but staff get the staff version of the promos. And these staff versions are highly collectible, and they're cool. But they're also a lot more valuable. Now, there is a side question here about what's going to happen for staff Worlds promos, because, of course, Worlds have staff promos as well. The honest answer is we don't know. We have been told about pre-release promos, and the fact of the matter is Worlds 2020 was cancelled. Worlds 2021, I mean, it's happening in London if it happens. I would love it if it happened in London. I would be there if it happened in London. But the reality is we all know there's a decent chance Worlds 2021 is cancelled, right? There is no news about that. This is pure speculation. But we are not through this pandemic yet. I would love it if Worlds happened. If it does happen, I think it's going to be a little bit different. So I don't think we're going to get an answer on staff Worlds promos for a little while. And then, of course, that could also be extended into staff regionals promos, etc. That's a discussion for a different day. So I suppose the first question is, why did this happen? And we've only got speculation. Reasons haven't been given. But it's blatantly, as far as I'm concerned, the leading cause is because people have been scalping them. The whole point of staff promos is to reward staff for staffing events. You are giving them exclusive cards which can only be gotten by staff in the event, which gives people a really good reason to want to staff events. Obviously, Vivid Voltage had Charizard, and for what it's worth, Evolutions had Charizard as well. And for what it's worth, Team Up had Charizard as well. And essentially, these are very sought after. So you go and staff an event, you give up your time, you don't get to play in the event, you give up your chance to play in the event, but it's alright because you get given this promo card which is super collectible. What we don't really want happening is a bunch of people just turning around and selling these cards on eBay trying to make a giant profit, and oh look, that is exactly what's happened. And if we go over to eBay and just have a look at Charizard Vivid Voltage staff promos, we can see that sets of staff promos are selling, not being listed, selling in the past couple of days for £850 and £880. That is ridiculous. These are cards which are supposed to be given to staff as a thank you. And what is actually happening here is they are being given out to people who, instead of giving them to staff, are selling them on eBay for a vastly increased price. Now, of course, if you take that particular Charizard and grade it, Now, I'm not seeing a huge amount of sold listings for graded Charizards, unfortunately. I'm checking eBay solds and I'm not seeing any graded Charizards actually showing up here. But there is one listed as a PSA 9 for £875. There is a Gem Mint 10 listed for £5,000, but that one literally doesn't even have a single watcher, so I think it's fair to say that person is chancing it. But the PSA 9 is being watched by 14 people. That is almost certainly going to sell. Although, to be honest, if the set of them are selling for $880, and this is a PSA 9 Charizard for $875, that's actually not a bad deal at all. And it might be that this was always planned. It might be that Vivid Voltage was always going to be the final set of staff pre-release promos. It is important to note that Vivid Voltage is Sword and Shield 4. We had Sword and Shield, Rebel Clash, Darkness Ablaze, Vivid Voltage, and that means that we have essentially come to the end of the first year of the Sword and Shield sets, because of course there are 4 sets a year, one every 3 months. So it may well be that Pokemon had planned to do 1 year of Sword and Shield pre-release promos, and then that was essentially going to be the end of it. That was always going to be essentially the last set. But I haven't heard anything about this, and these are the kind of things you generally hear whispers about in advance. Can't guarantee, but I have heard nobody chatting about this, and it is rare that news like this drops, and I haven't even heard rumours. Now, it is important to note, as it stands, I have heard of 3 different countries that have essentially been told they're being stopped. They are all in Europe. So there is a chance that it is just a European thing and North America and other regions might continue to get staff promos. But from a business standpoint, this makes absolutely no sense whatsoever, because you're still shipping stuff to Europe to use in events. And if you're printing staff promo cards, why would you not just print the extra ones for Europe so that you get people coming in and staffing it? It doesn't really make much sense to me that they would only stop it in one region. I rather suspect that Europe have been told and other regions will be told in the not too distant future. Now, if anybody's wondering, and this was one of the first questions that I asked myself when this happened, I was fairly sure I knew, but I did go and check. The first staff pre-release promo was actually the Luxio that came around for the Diamond and Pearl base set, which was released on May the 23rd, 2007. Though obviously pre-releases were a couple weeks before. So we have essentially had 13 and a half years of continuous staff-stamped pre-release promos. I don't believe any sets didn't have staff cards. If there were any, do let me know in the comment section. But after 13 and a half constant years, it's over. This is strange. What is going to be the knock-on effect of this? It's not going to be great. Because what we are doing is giving a big incentive for people to not bother staffing events, especially pre-releases. Now, I used to staff pre-releases before I moved back to Cornwall when I had the time and was in a good location. I staffed a bunch of pre-releases, and I didn't do it for the staff promos. I did it because I genuinely enjoy judging pre-releases. It was fun. But it is a big incentive to give people these staff-stamped cards, which are going to be collectible or valuable or call it what you will. But the fact of the matter is, I have heard numerous reports of shop owners just refusing to give out the staff promos when they found out how much they were worth. And that's not cool. So it seems like, unfortunately, they are gone, and I don't envisage them coming back any time in the future. Now, this does just appear to be staff promos. Regular pre-release promos seem completely unaffected, and you should be expecting to have them like normal. And again, why would you ship regular promos to Europe and just not ship the staff promos if you're giving them to other countries? I refuse to believe this is only happening in Europe. I do expect it to be confirmed for other regions in the quite near future, to be honest with you. And it's a little bit sad, Because even if it doesn't disincentivize people, even if the same people that wanted to staff events before still want to staff events, like I would if I could and will in the future if I can, it's still a cool reward that they're not getting that they were before. And we don't know the reason for this, but you've got to believe it is not that much of a coincidence that the set after everybody went crazy scalping staff promos stop existing. This isn't what they were designed for. Now, I could be completely off base here. I have no inside information. I don't actually know. All I can do is speculate based on the best information available. It might be something I haven't even considered. It might have been planned for ages. But the timing does seem just a little bit too coincidental. So there we go. Staff promos are gone. There are no farewell promos. The Vivid Voltage ones were the farewell promos. And it's a little bit sad. And it's got to be a bit disheartening for the people that are staffing these events. But the fact of the matter is, it's probably a case that a bunch of people refusing to follow the rules have gone and ruined it for everyone. So to those people, cheers for that. But if you have any other theories, I'd love to know in the comment section. And I'd love to know your opinion on this topic. Although, as always, please remember the most important rule on this channel, other than look after yourself till next time, be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWassy, and Twitch for some live action at twitch.tv/PTCGRadio. If you want to support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all that good stuff, head on over to patreon.com/PTCGRadio, where you can do exactly that. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.